Hello friends, and welcome back to another episode of the CamijoKnit Podcast. Today it is Friday, it's January 24th. It's sometimes during the afternoon. I think I have actually decided that I'll be recording on Friday and I'll be posting on Saturday. That way that I have a little extra work time on Friday and I can do a little editing on Saturday morning when the rest of this house is sleeping. So that carves out some time for me to kind of divide those. But you don't care too much about that, I don't think, as long as you get a little entertainment from me every once in a while. And that I will try to provide for you today. Denmark is gray, rainy, cold, sad. Nothing good to say about the weather situation here. And at the same time, we have both our daughters out of the country and they are sending weather reports and status updates for whatever is going on in Vietnam. Nomi is traveling in Vietnam and Esther is in Tanzania, and they're both sending gorgeous pictures of the adventures that they are both on. So while me and Lars are here in Denmark working and being just in the middle of this grayish, rainy weather, our daughters are being true world explorers and troopers. So that is great. Luckily, I don't mind too much the bad weather. I can light some candles and have Lars make a fire in the fireplace, put on another episode of the Yellowstone and knit. So that is my main thing right now. Every day when I go to work, all I think about is coming home and watching Yellowstone. Anywho, we are on season 4, so don't spoil. I have 2 projects on my needles, which is of course a lie because I always have so many other projects laying around somewhere that I don't give any attention. I have a pair of socks that I have shown you before. I'm not going to show you that today. They are just in my, if I have a meeting or whatever, I can bring socks. But I'm working on my Merle loop sweater, which is a design by a Danish designer, and her brand is Other Loops. Her name is Maja. She lives actually pretty close to where I live. And so does Petite Knit. I think I'm just in the heart of knitting in Denmark. Knitting for Olive is downtown. Petite Knit is just 10 minutes away. It's great to be a part of a knitting culture. And this is my progress so far on the Merle. You can see that red piece of yarn here is just to mark where you kind of fold down this huge turtleneck, and you kind of fold it on the inside, and you have to kind of sew that in. I didn't get to that yet, but I did divide for sleeves the other day, and I am knitting in the round, and a few inches maybe or so. So this is. I always love to get to the part where you can just knit in the round and not worry about doing any increases. So it is a very, very fun knit for 2 reasons. I think doing stripes is always, you just have to knit 2 rounds and then you have to change and then something happens. So that's kind of motivating in itself. And then I think the most motivating thing about this knit is to be knitting with my new base, which is this alpaca silk boucle. And it's such a fun yarn, and the texture of the sweater is just so much fun. And it's almost like a big towel when you come out of the shower and you put on this very big fluffy towel. It has almost that feel to it. And because it's alpaca and silk, it's just very, very nice and soft. And I'm using my Camijo sock yak base, and I'm knitting that together with the alpaca silk boucle, and I'm striping with the sock yarn, and I'm just having this go throughout. And that is also the way it's done in the original version. Of course, it's not knit in my yarn originally, but totally changeable with this. And I think the fun part will actually be when I knit the other Merle loop that I'm going to knit for myself, and have the hand-dyed yarn, the speckled hand-dyed alpaca silk blue clay, be kind of the star of this show and not do stripe, just do one color. And I can't wait to see how that turns out. I've just asked one of my knitters if she will knit the Merle loop, because I just don't have time to do both, and I want to bring both to some of the yarn events. I have a huge yarn, it's not a yarn or knitting festival, it's more like a craft festival next weekend in Copenhagen, in Rødovre. It is called Alt om håndarbejde, which means something along the lines of everything related to craft. And I've not been there before, it's my first time there, but Tina and I are going together, sharing a booth like we always do. And for us, it's an investment to do these kinds of shows. They're way, way more expensive. And, I have to rent a truck, spend 3 days there, hotel and everything. So it is, it's pricey, but hopefully there'll be a lot of people there to buy some yarn and have fun, hang out. I know a lot of my colleagues will be there, and it's always nice to see them. So I'm excited about that. So, and just for the record, I have some discount coupon codes, not coupon codes, but we have some discount. If you want to go to that show, you can send Tina or an email or me, and we can give you like some discounts if you want to join. And if you order something in the shop and you want to have the code, we can send you like this discount thing. But if you want to go and you want a little discount, just let us know. We'll see what we can do. Lars made me a cup of tea in one of my old tea mugs. I think I got that for Christmas one year during Vlogmas. Well, anyway, this is the Merle loop. And now that I'm talking about the alpaca silk boucle, maybe I should show you the colors that I have dyed so far. I have them all here in a box. And the box is not very pretty, so I'm going to keep that under the table. But I have dyed 7 colors. I have dyed the Milk Boy, which is this kind of jeans blue, pale jeans blue color. I have dyed the scallop shell because that is just one of my favorites. I think it's the perfect color to kind of match with a lot of other colors. So if you want to knit this with one of the other hand-dyed speckled ones, this kind of tones it down. I have used this with Tennessee Warbler, which is a grayish color, and have also used this in this sweater with the robin and scallop shell as the silk mohair. No, the Suri alpaca. But this is a new colorway. I call this one a Wild Orchid. This is the color I'm choosing for my own Merle. I think I will do an undyed Camijo sock yak. And have this speckled warm pink to go with it. So that was Wild Orchid. I have Soft Peach because, Soft Peach was actually the Pantone color of the year last year, and I love peach. It is just one of my favorite colors. So that is one I chose. I did Sand Viper because it's just a classic and so many people just want beige. I did a new color. I have dyed this color before in one base, but I thought spring is just around the corner, so this would just be the perfect color. This is Pistachio, and I really thought that maybe I should do the Merle in this one, but I'm just a sucker for pink tones. I just really wanted the pink one. So maybe next time, but I think I will have Pistachio be like a new spring color and dye that on my silk mohair and on some of my other bases. What do you think? Are you a Pistachio fan? Is that could it be time for some light green? And I also did But I forgot to bring, I also dyed the alpaca silk boucle in the elephant colorway. But I forgot to bring that home because I rearranged some of the yarns in the showroom, and I just put that in one of the places, so I forgot to bring that. So I don't have that with me. But yeah, this is the colors. Do you think some colors are lacking? I really wanted to do like a spring vibe and have all the colors be light and kind of spring. I was thinking about doing my buttercup colorway, which is this one, in the boucle yarn as well. But let me know if you think, or if you would like this base in another color. And please just pick a color that I have already. Don't just say blue. Go through my colors in the shop and let me know exactly what color you would prefer. Do you want fern forest in this maybe? It is beautiful yarn to work with. It is a beautiful yarn to dye. And I've had people ask me, well, what kind of patterns can I knit with this yarn? And there might not be that many patterns that use the boucle yarn, but you can substitute your silk mohair with this. And when I knit with these two yarns held together, I get a gauge of 19, and you can totally get a stitch count of 20, and just play around. See what kind of gauge you can get with this yarn held double with like a lace weight yarn, maybe a silk mohair, maybe a suri alpaca, maybe a DK weight, maybe a fingering weight, and see what kind of gauge you can get and what kind of gauge you like with this yarn. And then when you see what the gauge you think looks the best with whatever yarn you hold it double with, then you can go look for patterns that has that same gauge. And you can have a sweater get a totally different look. I could pick any of my patterns. I think you could even do a colorway sweater and have this be like a fun texture thing, or my Bagnol sweater, which is like a typical top down, almost like the no frills cardigan from Petite Knit. It's like the easy sweater, and play around with the boucle yarn, and the texture will just change. That's all. So it's a great way to change the look of knitwear by using a fun base like this. I'm super excited. Yeah, and I hope you will be excited about it as well. If you dare to try it, or maybe boucle is just not your thing. Maybe I think maybe boucle was a thing in the 80s, and maybe you've been there before. I'm not going back to that. I know I have changed my views. I had a friend tell me yesterday, yeah, you're dyeing on boucle yarn. I remember you saying that boucle yarn was like nothing you would never touch. And I'm like, really? Did I say that? I've changed my mind completely. I think this base is so much fun. So I just put that back in the basket. I have something else on my needle. I have something else on my needles that I am working on, and it's actually something that I have been working on, at least in my mind, for some time. When I published the Mega Stripe sweater last year, I have talked about this before. Tina did a version without the sleeves. She went down a needle size, and she turned it into a vest. And I said, well, I will make a pattern. And I thought that I will not do a stripy version. I'll just do a one colored version, because it's easier to not, if you have stripes, then you need sometimes more yarn because you need enough yarn to have stripes. So I wanted to do it one color. And I dyed this Mega Mohair inspired by my oyster. And so it's some of the same colors. And I'm just going to call it the oyster. And I will dye more. I only dyed 3 skeins of this Mega Mohair. And now I will knit this inside the oyster slipover, or whatever it's going to be called. And yeah, I didn't do any more progress than this. I cast it on just before last weekend. Lars and I just spent a weekend in Copenhagen, and it was my plan to knit a little bit there, but I was actually working more on my Merle loop sweater. I really wanted to get a good head start on that, and then I could always knit on this every when I needed a break from that. But I really like the colors. I think it'll go perfect with a pair of jeans. And yeah, I did write the pattern, so it's really a no-brainer. I just really need time to sit down and get that done. And I think once it is done, I want to do another version with like a deep V neckline. That would be awesome. I think especially if you have like a shirt inside, I think that deep V would be cool. So I think I'll just do maybe 2 patterns, or I'll do 1 pattern with 2 different choices for a neckline. I haven't decided completely on that yet. And now that I have the silk mohair, I just want to say that there's a little bit left of my old silk mohair base. Right now you can save 30%. And there is a few colors left. Some of the colors there's only 1 skein, and I think in brick there's still 8 skeins, so you can get enough for a whole sweater. The reason why I put that on a discount is because the place where I get my silk mohair, they changed the base a little bit so that now there's a little bit more silk than there was before. I really cannot tell the difference at all, but I can visually, there's a difference because the old base is a little bit longer. So when I have these on my wall, when I go to fairs, the length of them was not the same, and it just didn't look right. So sometimes I had both, but then I just decided, well, I need to get all the old ones out, so I can on my wall have only the same length of silk mohair, and also just be content, have them all be the same. So there's a discount for the stuff that is left, so go check that out before it's all sold out. And yeah, that was just a little while I remember to let you know that there's a discount on the silk mohair. I am also at the moment dyeing my Mega Mohair. There has been such a long time where the Mega Mohair was totally sold out. I couldn't get any, and now it's finally back. They have changed the base a little bit, and some people say that it's harder to dye on and that the colors look different. And they might, but I think at the same time the base is softer, so I really like how the new base feels. It feels better, I think. And I have been dyeing like crazy because so many of my colors has been sold out for so long. So I have been dyeing the navy colorway today, the fern green or the fern forest I have dyed today as well, and the pink lemonade is on its way. So let me know if there's a specific color in the Mega Mohair base that you're waiting for to knit the Mega striped sweater. Let me know and I'll prioritize. Or else just be patient. I'm working on it. At the same time, I just got a huge order from a yarn store, so I have so much yarn to dye, and it feels so good. We have had a rough December and November here, and now everything looks better. Life's feeling so much better that I can go back to work and have full days of working. So I've been dyeing like crazy, and I love that. And I had a fun challenge, and I accepted the challenge, and I did that today. I'll show you. We can discuss the beauty of it, but it was fun. I have there's a yarn store here where I live, and they carry my yarn. They wanted a new base. They wanted they wanted a lace weight base, 800 meters, 100 grams. And it's always fun when I tell them, we have meetings and I say, okay, so what colors do you want in the lace base? And the owners is a couple. They're good friends of ours. And Thomas said, I want something with really bright colors, like blue, red, yellow, like in one skein, all the colors in one skein. And I was like, I have to be true to my aesthetics and not dye something with too much primary colors in one skein. At the same time, I thought the challenge was fun and going back to the dye studio and having the challenge of just go crazy with all the colors, just go nuts and put everything in there. I want the skein to be as colorful as possible. And I did that. So let me know what you think. It's not dry because I just dyed it today, but I will show you what it looks like. What do you think? There is some bright yellow, some blue, turquoise, some purple and red, orange, some more blue, some more purple. And when you hold it like this, I think it's beautiful. I just think it's so much fun. And once you twist it into a skein, let me see if I can do that. It's always fun to see what does the yarn look like in the dye bath? What does the yarn look like when you hang it to dry? And what does it look like once you put it, make it into a skein? Because usually I think that when you have them in skeins, they look the best. And I think this looks fun. It will be prettier when I twist it in my skein twister and not by hand. But what do you think? Would you buy a skein of yarn that has this much color? Or is it too much? It's so funny with colors because sometimes I can dye stuff and then think that was a little too much. And then people love it and they buy it. So I think there's something for everyone when it comes to colors. Some like bright colors, some like more subtle colors, and yeah, it's just so much fun. And to say that I don't like bright colors is not true, because I do have this colorway, Pink Lemonade. I have shown you this color before. This is also in this lace base, and I love this colorway. So I think it's just fun with colors, but I like a good challenge. And even though I said no in the beginning, I'm glad I accepted it and did something fun and something that's out of my comfort zone, and to try to do something that someone else will enjoy and like. And I cannot only, well, maybe I can only dye colors that is in my own taste, but sometimes it's fun to do something else. This will still be my favorite. I really love Pink Lemonade. But now that I have this base, I do have a lace weight base in my shop. It is 600 meters per 100 grams, and it is a single ply yarn with merino and silk. And now that I have been dyeing this base for my customer, which is a 100% superwash merino single ply 800 meters, which one would you prefer? 600 meters with a little silk, or 800 meters only merino? Help me vote so I know if I should change my own base into this. Okay, so I have just put out a little pre-order for the Valentine fade set. And I was really in doubt. I really didn't know if I should just put like the inspiration picture, which is a little picture from the notebook, or if I should actually show you the fade set. It's sometimes it's hard with the surprise kind of boxes because some people don't want to order it because they don't know what colors they're getting, and other people, I'm just getting the bag out of the way, and other people just love the surprise. And I think I will see if I can make everyone happy. So you can see the surprise here at the channel and nowhere else. So I will show you the 10 skein fade. And the one reason is that it is just so beautiful that I know if I show it to you, you really want one. And right now you can't see how pretty it is. So I'm going to show it to you. But if you have ordered one and you don't want the surprise to be ruined, or if you know you want to order one and you don't want the surprise to be ruined, close your eyes and look away. I will let you know once it's safe to look back. But close your eyes now. And I will show you the fade. So this is the 10 minis. They fade from this color to this color. And I am so excited about this 10 skein mini fade. It's the first time I do fade sets like this. I have never done that before. I am so into doing this again. I found the perfect technique to kind of have this fade so the one skein looks very close to the next one, and then at the end they're just so different from here to here. And yeah, I'm just you could do the yellow lichen on rocks. With this fade you will have enough yarn, and just choose a silk mohair that you think will go along. And I would say anything from a white to a pink to a peachy one would be perfect. And you can do a beautiful pair of socks. You could do many pair of socks actually in this fade. Or you could do, you don't have enough for a sweater adult size, but you could do so many beautiful scarves and hats. You could do a hat and mittens set and have them fade, or save them, put them into a blanket, or whatever you want. I am so excited about this. I think it is so pretty, and I love this color fade. So now you have seen it, so you can decide. And I have them all wrapped in these beautiful little bags. I have 4 bases available. This is just to try out to see what bases you really want, and then eventually I will know. There are 10 available in my merino sock base, 5 in the gold glitter sock base, 5 in the merino silk base that was available for Vlogmas, and my Camijo sock yak base, I also did 5. So there are 25 sets available. And when they sell out, they sell out. I don't have any more. I did keep somewhat of a recipe, but I will never do it again. I might do a 3 skein fade looking something like this at some point. And I also might pick out a few of the colors that I like and have those be ordinary 100 gram skeins. But there will never be a 10 skein, 10 mini skein fade like this one, because that's just it. But I'll be doing it again. It was so much fun. Yeah, you can safely look now. I will not be showing it anymore. I have some dream knitting. I have at Send You Other Lakeside, she is doing a knit along with what is it called? It's like a wrap. No, it's the shrug. It's like the Saturday shrug. And Jackie, I forgot her name. I'll put everything down below for the cow. But she's doing like this knit along in a collaboration with Jackie. And Sandy's going to use some of all her mini skeins. And I thought, well, this is just a good idea because I have so many mini skeins. Let me just show you something. So this is actually crazy because I have all these mini skeins. Some are from other dyers. This is from Knit by Moltrup. I have a lot of these from a homespun house. I think this is from way before I even dyed yarn. I have a lot of glitter ones. They're from Chelsea Yarn, one of her advents. And this is my own. Put that in the other one. Is there other dyers in here? Yes, this is from Hugh Loco. I had one of her advents. This is a single ply yarn. Actually, I have to put that in another box for another project. And yeah, all this is Chelsea. And yeah, I have all these minis in this basket over here, and in this one I have so many of my own. I think actually these are only mine. This is my Easter egg 2023. I love these pretty subtle Easter eggs. They were like a pastel themed Easter egg, and they have the same color speckles, but all the minis are different colors. And I think there's seven here, and I think they're so pretty, but I never had the heart to kind of do anything with them. So I have those, and this that I have in here is my this is my Advent from the first year I did Advent. So this is from 23, and this was a Danish Christmas themed Advent. And I have them all in here. And maybe I don't know exactly how Sandy's going to do this, if she's going to pick out colors. I think maybe she was going to pick out a picture or something that inspired her and kind of pick out colors in that theme and have those made into the shrug. And I think you're going to knit 2 strands, but I'm not completely sure. But I just thought it would be fun to join along in that cal and have some of all these minis. Use up some of all these beautiful minis, or just some of my scraps, because I have so many scraps. I still don't have the perfect project for my Hans Christian Andersen Advent. I think I'll try the blanket that I talked about the last time with the squares. I forgot the name. I'll put that down below. I'm still considering doing that one, but we'll see. And then another project that I have actually had my eye on for some time, and then I saw one of my Danish knitter that I follow on Instagram. She did that sweater. It is the Instant Crush by Joey Locatelli. It is a colorwork sweater in 2 strands of silk mohair. I put a picture up here so you can see, and I think it's just so beautiful. And I did take the last buttercup silk mohair that was in my shop, because I really think this is a good color, and I would think that I might want to use that in the sweater, along with this burgundy color is called Bordeaux. So these are these 2, and then whatever color that will fit in between these 2. I have a lot of scrap yarn, so I think I'll buy the pattern and see how much you need of every color, and then pick out the perfect combination. I really like the version that Joey did herself. I think the colors in her sweater is just so beautiful. It's going to be fun. I always fall in love with as you can see, with Fair Isle knitting, and I love it for the first hour or so, and then I actually think it's a lot of work, but it's also rewarding. This is my Antique Flora sweater. I did this, I think in October, November. It is knit in 1 strand of my single 366 and 1 strand of my Suri alpaca. I did Suri alpaca instead of silk mohair, And you should really try to do the same. It is just so soft. It's insane. And it is my True Blue colorway, the blue one. And the neutral one is the Robin combined with scallop shell in the Suri alpaca as well. You can see all the stuff you need about this on my Ravelry page, because I updated my Ravelry page recently, at least with a few of my latest projects. This one at least is there. I think that is all for now. If you want to pre-order the Valentine set, you can do that now. And also I will ship soon. If you're in the country, I will not ship for another week. If you are out of the country, I will ship immediately. They are all done. Anything else I need to say? Oh, remember that if you are outside Europe, there's a free shipping code if you buy yarn from more than 800 Danish kroners. You get free shipping if you use the code FREEFLY. I think that is all for now, guys. Next time I will be chatting a little bit about how I organize my knitting needles and all the accessories. I'll just show you how I keep all that stuff, how I keep my normal needles, my shorter needles, and we can talk a little bit about knitting needles and storage, and all the stuff we have in our knitting bags. What's in my knitting bag? I think that could be fun to kind of go through whatever you need when you're knitting. And next weekend I'm going to Rødovre, so I plan to bring the phone and do some kind of vlog, or at least a little footage of the festival, and so I can show you what it's like. I'll have Lars be the camera guy and run around. So you get a little bit of an idea of what that was like. And I'll see you in 2 weeks, so take care, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and take care.